Hello? Hi, it's me, CryptoClick. Yeah, I notice you're trading on crypto exchanges, but without any benefits at all? That's madness. You know, I've been made an affiliate partner with pretty much every exchange out there, so if you want to get some benefits, you might as well set up exchanges with the links that I've got in the video description or in my Telegram and Discord. You can get welcome bonuses for signing up, or even better, up to 20% off all your trading fees for life. Yeah, I know, what a treat. So next time you fancy setting up an exchange, use some of the links that I've got in my video description, because otherwise you're mugging yourself off. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. Hello everybody, welcome back. So we're gonna look at Matic now. It's gonna release this video probably in a few hours. You know, I'm going away today, so the videos that are gonna come out are gonna be sort of recorded, over basically today and yesterday. But this one was just an update as to what was going on yesterday. Excuse me. So we called this pump, we being me, the royal we, and for obvious reasons, right? So we're going to start on the 4-hourly here for Matic. So we haven't got many of these. This is its tether pair. This is a golden cross. Obviously, you see the golden cross here. You see the dump down into it. Got another dump down into it yesterday, and yesterday we managed to dump straight through it and hold from it and then launch. So the reason we talk about golden crosses isn't that they're signals in themselves. This is like always a bit of a problem with people who try to play the golden crosses. And this is why I always say when you get one, you should expect to dump down into it. Because lots of people like to try and play them, and then lots of people get wrecked on them. They're also required to be retested to see if they're actually going to hold. Think about all moving averages as pointers to the general direction, and then when you get the appropriate moving averages on top of each other, they're just basically supports and continuation of trend. They're not necessarily signals, they're strengthening of trend indicators. So what we've got now, they're all in the right place ever so slightly, but we've got the 7, the 10, the 21, the 50, the 200 and the 200. So they're all in the right place now. And they were getting there from around this, and usually the golden cross, you know, the 200 exponential crosses are the last stages of the repositioning of moving averages. So it's not that the golden cross is the single, it's just the last, because it's the most lagging of all, the last indicator to make that cross, and that's what it is. So we got that, and then we got a retest, and then a retest again yesterday, and then that's where we launched from, the 200 exponential on the 4-hourly. So it looks quite good. Now, me personally, like I say, I'm not going to be around where I'm going. There might not even be enough Wi-Fi to even trade or signal and stuff going out to the bloody sticks, obviously. So I exited the trade. But there is a strong chance that we do have continuation, but I wouldn't FOMO into this if I was any of you lot. Like I say, the trade was appropriate yesterday, it's less appropriate now. What you'd be looking for would be for Bitcoin to make a decision if it's going to break out or break down. At the moment, it's more or less 50-50 with a little bit more bias towards the downside because the overall direction of the trend is down. So that's basically it. But for the moment, we're still range bound within this area, and until we break out from it or down from it, we're just range bound. We could stay range bound for maybe a week or two or even longer, who knows, and that would benefit some of these altcoins because they could trade on their own merit. But we all know that Bitcoin, if it decides to break down, it'll take everything with it for the most part. So that's Matic's 4-hourly. The things that would concern me about the general chart anyway is you go to the higher term time frames. The 12 hours is actually quite good as well. This is quite good, but unfortunately we'll just go for the negative portions of it first. Money flow index is relatively high, but that's no big deal. We've got a continuation of a trend signal from this crossover here. This was generated, let's see where the KuCoin was, 26 periods behind. So almost. So we got the signal on this candle body back down here. Sorry, I know this is a bit disjointed. 26. So yeah, this would have been the continuation of a trend signal at about 58, almost 59 cents. So technically it's still in play, and we would be expecting this to continue to go up so long as the blue doesn't cross the red or the KuCoin doesn't test price action. And again, this is a tether pair, so it's quite good to see it on a tether pair opposed to a Bitcoin pair. I'm okay for it to continue, and you know, we'll be looking for this probably to move up into the 80-cent range, which is quite nice. Now, I still have some Matic. I saw the vast majority of it at $1, and then scaled out bit by bit the higher we went. But I always kept so I think I might have about 100,000 or something like that left, maybe 80,000. So I've still got a fair bit of skin in the game. but the vast majority was sold after doing the 100x. You know, that was all. I don't know if how long of you a lot have been around on this channel, but the main thing I was doing in 2019-20 was trading Matic. Matic was a big thing to trade back then. You know, for the most part, crypto trading is. It's not particularly exciting, and you find a coin that's extremely volatile, like Matic was back then. You could do a 2x to a 4x, you know, a couple of times a year on Matic, where the rest of the market might just be going sideways and down. So Matic used to be a very tradable coin. It's less so now. It's generally quite strong though. But back in the olden days, this you know, Matic was basically the main portion of the channel, and there was always the prophecy that it would reach between $1 and $4, and lo and behold, we kind of got right in the middle of that, didn't we? We got to, well, almost $3. So pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Anyway, on the daily, we are above all major moving averages apart from the 200 and the 200 simple. The money flow index is reaching quite high. There's no particularly interesting signals on this, nor will there be, with the Chiku span deep down below the cloud. So we're not looking for anything massive to take place on the daily signals there. For Matic for continuation. We've got our pump signal has been generated here on the daily for its Bitcoin pair, and we might be looking for that to surpass the 200 simple moving average, which is over 3,400 sats. So that would be good. We do have that now. That is a signal in play on the daily. But the money flow index on the daily for its Bitcoin pair, particularly high. Let's just have a look at how high this is historically. This is one of the highest reads we get. We don't like being much higher than this, so again, that would you'd want to be a little cautious of how much this is going to go for. And a pump signal takes you up to a support or resistance level. So the only one I would say particularly that's of any major interest would be towards this 200 simple moving average, which is also more or less in line with this kind of vibe around here, which is this flat area, which was support that gave it up, turned to resistance, and that's 3,500 sats. So if anything, you know, if you're still in this trade, or if you're looking to exit the trade that was entered yesterday and you're feeling brave and you're not exiting it now, then maybe that would be the next level. So I'd try and front run the 3,500 sats, because everybody will be looking at that. That's a flat number. People love a flat number in crypto or in anything. But yeah, I mean, it could easily have continuation. We've got continuation signals on the daily, on the 12-hourly for its tether pair. We've got pump signals still technically in play for its Bitcoin pair on the daily. It's still a very good chart. It's just a bit of a pain in the ass that that Bitcoin is, you know, threatening a very realistic possibility of reaching new lows, and with that will take most likely everything with it. But other than that, Matic still one of the better charts I've seen recently, and continues to remain relatively good. But remember, the money flow index is quite high across the board for Bitcoin pairs and tether pairs, so there's only so far it can go on this first little march now. If it does have continuation, it will happen after a pullback, and we'll see where we go. But for the moment, it's a trader's market. I said this on my last video. It's a trader's market. It should be viewed upon as a trader's market. To expect continuation to the moon and further is unlikely at this stage, and we should be looking at basically doing these little scalpy trades like this one that we, you know, this Matic one from yesterday, and you know, all the other ones that we talk about. But we shouldn't really be expecting massive continuation. So don't get stuck in an altcoin position, you know, especially when the markets are looking like this. But I mean, just for absolute clarification, the direction for the market right now hasn't been particularly decided. It all depends on Bitcoin breaking out or breaking down from this range that we're in, because we're both within this range. There is a cupping handle forming, which would break out from around 22,800 closures above there on a daily. That would have a breakout target to maybe up to close to 24. Or an inverse cupping handle, which again, you know, the continuation could form from basically 19,000, but certainly from 18,000 would get new lows and bring us down to the mid-teens really. So for the moment we are range bound, so the market hasn't actually made its decision, but my bias would still be for further downside. But until we've broken out of this range, whether it's break out or break down, we're range bound, and that might allow some of these altcoins to continue with their charts, which are actually quite good, like Matic's. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.